What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Flintlock Siege of Dawn? I thought not. Not a story the Sweet Baby Ink would tell you. But if you have, well, then you know that it was doomed from the start. And that's right, Flintlock Siege of Dawn, who finally released for free on Game Pass. I mean, obviously, we pay for Game Pass, but you know what I'm saying. No one had to run out and pay $70, $80, or $120 to play this. And the fun thing about that is, even though it was free, no one played it anyway. So you can see, of course, developed by A44 Games. Despite what they tried to lie away with the help of Sweet Baby Inc. and then published by Kepler Interactive, 70% of its player base has bounced out. And that was already an anemic player base, as they point out to begin with. Look at this. Peak all time, 648 players. Never even had more than 1,000 players, 100 players at the time of this screenshot for their Steam charts. And then you can see why when you actually listen to the people that did play it, some of the things that they're saying. So you can see here, this game feels unfinished. The store page describes it as Souls light, and that's what it is in the worst possible ways. Light on build depth and variety, light on difficulty, light on content, and length of the damn game. I completed the main story, including all side quests, all Aniki feathers and all shrines in 11.6 hours. God damn, dude. That's a lot. I mean, that's not a lot of time, but that's a lot of shit to complete in 11 hours. Played on normal, so maybe the hard difficulty is more of a challenge, but the big bosses were trivial. Even the final boss fell over pretty quickly, and the story is nothing to speak of. Oh, and the game kept crashing on me. Thankfully, the game seems to save its states before exiting. I mean, he says he had some fun. Don't get me wrong, I had some fun. I wouldn't have spent 11.6 hours on it if there was no fun to be had. It's particularly satisfying to switch between melee and range combat relatively fluidly, or to shoot a suspiciously well-placed barrel to clear. So it looks like there's some things there, but as they say here, thinks the game is criminally undercooked. And when you find out a bit of the history, it makes more sense. Here's also saying pretty much the same thing. The game is not terrible. Looks great, and I have no performance issues. However, I can't recommend it because the balance is simply terrible. The game can't decide whether it wants to be Assassin's Creed or a Souls game, so it veers wildly and unexpectedly between difficulties in a way that I found persistently irritating. Most of the time, the game is Assassin's Creed, a fun game that requires little technical expertise. In Flintlock, you follow the quest marker, parkour over obstacles that are clearly marked in white, or zip through rifts that give you an infinite amount of time to choose your direction. If you wander around, you find resources or hidden treasures. The game might be more like God of War, but the writing in Flintlock is so dull that I don't want to make the comparisons. Flintlock's writing is dull, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla is dull. Yeah, and well, you can thank the most recent writers that have infested every writer's room from the movie industry to the video game industry. And this is the results. And this all comes back in the day from Cabrutus Rambo calling him out for their Sweet Baby Inc. Trying to get them to head over here. Here's Cabrutus saying, hey guys, I had to add another game to my curation list. The game is Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, and as shown in the physical copy of Edge magazine, it involves Kim Belair. They tried to contact Kepler, they tried to contact the devs and say, is this true? Those devs then tried to lie and say, no, it's not. And then here's more proof from people over there. SBI game Flintlock by A44 Games has been overrun. I used to work there. Flintlock was a good project with lots of potential, and then it was ruined. And that's what we just heard from the people that actually played. Felt like there's a good game in there somewhere, but it was criminally undercooked. And you can see here, did you know, this is from Grums, did you know that the protagonist of Flintlock used to be white? And by the way, I don't care if her protagonist used to be purple. It's just the fact that they did what you can see them do in all the games. They made them look like a mixed race black woman, just like Kim Belair. That's her suggestion in any game. Have you tried making her a light-skinned black girl and gay? It's also that once they come in, they focus on everything but what's important, story and gameplay. And so here, there was just more evidence mounting up, including that one of the main people up top over there was using funds for her own things, such as initiatives that found Inclusion FX, a FX company, and advocacy group with shades of Sweet Baby Inc. So you can just see that it was all probably doomed to fall from the start. And yeah, does this surprise anyone? Like I said, could have bought this for free. I could have downloaded this for free on Game Pass, and I just no. Just looks lackluster, looks boring, and apparently, while it might have been all right gameplay, man, I don't have the time to waste with all right gameplay. I already have a backlog of games confirmed that I know are good to finish and or start DLC with. So, and I'm assuming I'm not alone, which is why their player base is what it was and is what it is. Let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you. And
well, bye.